Hi, I'm Kevin Hill, and welcome back to another episode of our little winter painting together. Now, last time you guys chose to do a few buildings in the background that maybe represent a little village or a farm, so we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Of course, if you're enjoying these, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and also share this video. All right, let's get started. Now, as you can see, I've got a little bit of a sketch going, and I just placed a little brown with my little detail brush to get the sketch. Very easy. And I'm just throwing on a little bit of color now, not a whole lot of color. Just a little. The light is somewhere in this area kind of flooding through. And you see it's kind of giving them out. And of course our little silver lining. So that kind of tells us what's going on. Maybe this one right here. I gotta think about this because I have a couple of options. I want this house to be a little bigger than I made it. I made it too small. Have you ever done that before? You don't end up sticking with your drawings because you do them wrong. That's a little bit of what I did today here. I mean, it would have been fine. It's not necessarily wrong. It's just me being picky about it, which I can be because it's okay. And I want to make sure I get it right. Okay, so now I'm going to take a cool gray color. My palette's very messy. It's just painting earlier today. Cool gray color to do the shadow. Now, you'll notice one thing about all this. You'll notice that the colors are soft and quiet. The reason I did that is it makes it look distant, and it's very important. You don't want to make it to where it looks too close. Now red will make it look close, but pair it with a little blue, you got yourself a purple, and you'll be fine. That purple tends to recede, especially when it's on the blue side. See how that works? Yes, that's good. That's good stuff. So I'm going to just paint these in pretty loose back here. You see I did a little silo and a little windmill. I thought that was kind of cool. But you see, you just drop them in, give it a little roof, go down the other side. But like I said last time, it's just whatever we do is going to be just a couple brush strokes. There. Now on this one, I have the chimney on the other side, but I may end up moving it to this side for fun, because it might be fun. There you go. This one can be just a touch darker, but I don't want to go crazy. Now we're going to go ahead and highlight the sides of these buildings a little more. This is going to be kind of nice. Let's see, right over here. I was thinking about doing the chimney on the other side. I think I'm going to leave it on this side for right now. We'll just see how it goes. Okay, let me just flatten out my brush because this little detail around it actually flattens out. Thankfully, I can rest my hand on this canvas. This painting is so small. The area that we're doing is so small, I gotta have something to steady my hand on. So thankfully it's dry. Good. Oh yes, that is nice. Now, as far as this windmill goes, let's just go. The dark is already in. It does not have to be perfect. I'm thinking that looks just about right. There's a little vein on the end. Looks like it needs a little cleaning up, which we can do there. And it looks like we need one more there. I hope this detail is fun for you guys to see. We don't normally do this sort of stuff together. It's so tedious, but there. I'll play around with this and make it look better in a minute. At least it gets it started, right? Looks like it needs more shading and maybe it needs to be slimmed down a little. We'll see. Okay, let's get onto that silo. Let's take a little blue-gray. Something in here looks to be about right. And let me kind of form my brush. And we'll go with a little highlight. Like that. And then let's place some snow on the top. One of the last things we want to do up here is just add in a window or two. Now, here's the thing. You don't want them all on all the time. Necessarily. I mean, maybe you do, but for me, just for me. There. And they don't have to be perfect. Just for me, I'm going to do a few on and a few off. And the way you do the off ones, just grab a gray. Any gray will kind of do. Just a little gray on the detail brush. We're still using that, of course. And just pop in a dark one or two. They don't have to be square. They don't have to be anything perfect at all. Just a little. Back here as well. This is a barn, probably this one here. You know, toss a window in, make it dark. There. Maybe it's got a loft. It's subtle, but yeah, it's there. Now, I was just standing back looking at it, and I think we need a little smoke coming out. There. I usually do this over a wet canvas when I do this, so this is kind of different, but looks like it's working pretty well. It's just a dry brush blending technique. Looks a little hard, but that's to be expected. Let me try to just blend it and kind of feather it a little. Maybe kind of mush it a little there. Beautiful. I like to have my smoke coming into the painting. That's just me. You guys can do whatever. Over here, I don't see a chimney, but let's anticipate a little smoke. Just maybe the chimney's under there, and it's just kind of cool. There. Now, every time I think I'm done with this for today, I step back and I see one more thing I want to do. I remember I showed you guys a fence in our drawing, so I wanted to make sure we at least got an idea of this. I may change the placement of some of these posts. I may follow the river a little better. I just wanted to get it in there. And I'm not exactly sure if this is the perfect shape to the river, so I don't want to lock us into anything. So there, I just kind of mapped those guys out for us, and we'll make them better. Now, I think next time what we'll do is probably we'll need another episode here just to clean up, put a lot of snow, and we got to get some evergreens back in here just to break it up a little. I think we'll need a whole episode just to do that. So not exactly a highlight or detail episode. It's more like a finishing up the village episode, kind of making it sit in the painting and feel right next time. So that's what we'll do. All right, well, that's about as far as we're going to get today. Now, there won't be any voting because next week we're going to drift a little bit of snow in and around the farm and maybe plant some trees around the background to kind of just help fill in. Also, I'm thinking about another cabin on the other side of the river. We had that in the drawing, so we'll go ahead and do those things next time. Thanks for watching.